Hey everybody! Today we're going to be making blackberry cornmeal muffins. Yay! These are my ultimate favorite. I love these so much. We're actually making them today for llamas. And okay, let's get started. The ingredients that you're going to need is 1 1/4 cup flour, 3/4 cup of cornmeal, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 cup of milk, and I'm using soy milk today. 1/4 cup of oil. You can use either vegetable or olive oil. I'm choosing to use olive oil. And 1/2 teaspoon salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And then also you need 1 egg. Now today, because I don't have any eggs, and also if you're vegan, you can use a flax seed water mixture. And I got that recipe from How It All Began. And I'll actually post the recipe on the sidebar. You can also use a little squirt of honey or agave nectar just to add a little bit of harvest happiness. Yay! So anyway, but okay, before we make the muffins, I'm going to show you how to make blackberry jam from fresh blackberries. So come on over. Now what we're using today is 1 1/2 cups of fresh blackberries, and we're going to put them in the little saucepan. And I like to start everything on high, and then, just to get it going. And while you're waiting, you can kind of mash up the blackberries a little bit. Just keep mashing away. And then we're going to add a little bit of agave nectar for sweetness, and I just like to swirl it around. And if you want, you can even do a star, pentagram or pentacle, whatever you choose to call it. Add a little bit of a llama's blessing, if you will. And, okay, come back. Okay. And you just heat it up, and this is a very, very simple recipe. All it is, like I said, blackberries and then some kind of sweetener. And you just heat it up until it gets thick, which can take, anywhere between a few minutes up until 10, just depending on the type of fruit that you're using. And then you just mash it to the consistency that you want it. I like my jam a little bit chunky, so we're just going to keep heating until it gets thick. Okay, once it starts boiling, you can turn the heat down. I like to turn it down to about 4, and then just let it simmer until it gets to the consistency that you want. Okay, so now it's nice and thick, as you can see. And actually, these were extra plumpy blackberries, so it actually took about 15 minutes to reduce it down this much. Once you have reduced it to the consistency that you want, you can shut it off. Now this is actually going to thicken up a lot more once it gets cool. So carefully pour it into a mason jar, and then you can put it in the refrigerator to let it cool, or you can just let it cool at room temperature. So let's put this in the fridge. Yay! Set it right there, and we'll come back in a little bit and we'll make our cornmeal muffins. Yay! Another thing, if you don't want to make your own jam, there's amazing jams that you can buy in the store. 2 of our favorites are the Planner All Fruits, and then also Natural Farm Spreads. I think you can get these at like Whole Food stores or any natural food stores. We like them because they're just fruit. There's no random like high fructose corn syrup or whatever. So anyway, okay. Alright, now that we've made our jam and we've gotten all of our ingredients together, now let's make the muffins. Okay, first we're going to add the flour. Then the cornmeal, then the sugar, and the baking powder. Make sure that you mix the baking powder up very well, otherwise it will taste a little bit bitter. And the salt. Then we're going to add the soy milk. And the olive oil. Then we are going to add the egg replacement, or 1 egg. And when you make that egg replacement, it actually, like the consistency of it is just like egg, like sliminess and everything. So it's kind of cool. Now this is a little bit thick, so I'm going to add just a tiny bit more soy milk. And that's one of the things that I love about cooking is that you can, if something's just not working, then you can make it work. So, all right, once this is pretty much mixed together, and I like to mix my stuff by hand just because, I'm going to add a little bit of agave nectar, since this is for Lammas, aka Lunasa, and I'm going to make a pentacle with that and ask that the goddess and God bless us or anyone who eats these. And then I will mix this in. Now we are ready to add them to the tins. Now it's time to put the batter in our muffin tins. Now before you do this, make sure that you grease or oil down your muffin tins. And what I like to use, I got this from Pampered Chef. Yay, Pampered Chef! And you fill it up to this line with whatever kind of oil or lubricating stuff that you want. And you just pump it. And then, okay, come in closer. And then you just spray the inside. It's very easy, very quick, and you know what's in it. I don't like buying those pre-made like Pam stuff, because you never know what they put in there. Okay, so now you want to just fill it, and I added a little bit more milk because it was a little bit too thick. So now you want to fill these about 1/2 to 3/4 of the way full. And then we will add our jam. Alright, once you've finished filling your tins, now I didn't actually have enough for 2 full tins, so I made this little heart. You can take the jam that you just made, and mine is still a little bit warm, but that's okay. And then you just take like 1 big heaping spoonful and put it right in the middle. You don't have to cover it up because it will sink as it bakes. And oh my gosh, these are so good. Ooh, let me tell you. My mom used to make these with Bisquick. Like, she used to make like Bisquick muffins all the time. And oh my gosh, they were so good. Because you get like a little surprise, in the middle. Yeah, so, and you can use any kind of jam. You can use cherry, whatever. And as you can see, this makes the perfect amount for this recipe. And the recipe for the corn muffins I actually got on the back of the cornmeal box. So now we're going to put it in the oven, and let me see how long we bake for 20 to 25 minutes. So we'll put these in the oven. There, and I'll put them in for 23 minutes. There we go. Yay! Well, it looks like our muffins are done, so let's see what they look like. Oh, they look beautiful. Now, I called my sister. I actually checked on these a little bit, and I called my sister and asked why the jam was not sinking. And she said if you use cold jam, then it will sink. But if you use warm jam, it will kind of, like disperse throughout the whole thing. So, just out of curiosity, I am going to cut a muffin and see what it looks like. So let's get one out. Okay, so we're going to take one of these out, hot, and cut it apart. Look at that! Oh. Ah, it's really hot, so That looks awesome. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait until these cool off so I can eat them. Yay! I'm so excited. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing how to make blackberry cornmeal muffins, and I hope that you guys incorporate this into your Lammas or Lunasa ritual or day of celebration of the first harvest. Yay! But I cannot wait until these cool off to try them. So blessed be and happy baking. Bye-bye. And then you can also use a little squirt or two of either honey. 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 Woo. Okay.